Imagine feeling unsupported or unsafe simply based on who you love. Sadly, LGBT students and young adults across the nation are feeling this way. A mere 26% of LGBT+ students can say they feel safe in their classroom. While some schools do offer support systems and extracurricular groups centering LGBT students, only 27% feel comfortable in school as an LGBT person. LGBTQ teens are 6 times more likely to experience symptoms of depression than the general population. While some school and city officials may say LGBT+ teens have equal rights in the classroom, schools need improved laws and regulations in the areas of safety and inclusivity to protect this growing community.
All right. What letter do you identify most closely with?
I certainly identify most with L for lesbian.
B.
Definitely the T for transgender.
Have you ever experienced hate in school for identifying as LGBT?
Yes, definitely.
There wasn't too much hate in school, just a lot of people that were uneducated.
A little.
Early on in middle school, high school specifically, it was very challenging for me. Growing up in a small community, 180 students in the graduating class, so it was well known throughout the area where I lived.
People have said bad things about LGBT people at school, though I try to ignore that, and there have been, when I've come out to some people, you say that they're not very accepting of that stuff and don't really condone it.
Were there any laws protecting you, rules in your school?
No.
No,
None.
Not at all.
Not at all.
So there wasn't any
bullying, harassment, none of that existed. It was actually tolerated.
Did you come out while in school?
Yes.
Kind of. It's very different experience because I kind of did, but I kind of didn't. It wasn't like everybody knew. It was more like amongst teachers and friends.
I have come out to some of my peers, yes.
How did your peers and teachers react?
My closest friends were more accepting. People that I did not, that weren't in my same class grade or whatever. So I came out early on. Closest friends were most accepting. Everyone else outside of that, I was ostracized.
I think they were more concerned on how they needed to be, for me, how to make me comfortable. So, okay. Pretty accepting.
Did you feel safe in school?
No.
Was that because of you coming out?
Yes. It was frowned upon. People, especially the boys, they were beaten. They were picked on, everything. So it wasn't something that you felt comfortable doing.
Kind of. In general, I never felt safe just because of all the craziness, but as far as my gender identity, I just kept it hush, kind of.
No. There are some people there that are really homophobic and all that. Though, it's only mentioned here and now in class discussions. The topic's usually avoided at school, though.
And did you feel accepted in your school? Was your sexuality acknowledged or pushed aside?
Mostly pushed aside by everyone other than my closest group of friends, which was probably 7 or 8 in my graduating class. But for the most part of it, people ignored it. It wasn't, Dana, who are you taking to prom? Or, that kind of thing. Who are you going to the spring formal with? That kind of question didn't come up for me.
My sexuality was different because for transgender people, I know that they fall into the LGBT acronym, but I always have said that the T could be argued as a part of the LGBT. It's more gender identity rather than sexuality. My sexuality was kind of, I didn't really date or experience that too much because I was more directed on my gender identity. I was more like trying to figure all that out. So the sexuality part was kind of off to the side because I identified as straight. But in school, me dating a girl would have made me a lesbian. But I wasn't, I didn't identify as a female, so it was very confusing.
So you just kind of kept like low key.
I was just kind of like
floated by.
Yes.
You didn't want to stir anything up.
Right, because pretty much.
It's kind of like a mix of both. Like earlier today at school, some people, like a couple people that I'm friends with did make some jokes, mostly ignored.